Hello and welcome to my new video. This video I'm going to talk about 2 years of next-gen consoles, the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. They're about the two consoles I can talk about because I don't actually own a Wii U, but obviously that's been out slightly longer. And already Nintendo were talking about their NX project, so I was going to focus in this video on the consoles that I myself have played, which is the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. I also want to talk a little bit about the future of gaming and maybe also a little bit about the future of this channel as well. And also I just wanted to touch on getting back to enjoying games, because especially in this day and age I think it's really easy to become disillusioned with games. Even the most positive game player can end up feeling somewhat underwhelmed at times by what the games industry does, and how important it can be to just try to remember some of the positive things. First of all, this is Infamous Second Son, and yeah, I enjoy this game. I think it was a really good game. I think in some respects, I might be wrong, but the feeling I get was it's kind of one of those underrated games. Although I really enjoyed playing it, I played it all the way through to the end. Enjoyed unlocking all of the different powers. Enjoyed exploring the city of Seattle. This sort of pseudo-futuristic kind of place. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I do like open world sandbox games, and I enjoyed the other Infamous games on the PlayStation 3, and I enjoyed this one as well. And I also enjoyed Infamous First Light, which was kind of a spin-off from this. It was a standalone game. It wasn't strictly DLC, it was a standalone accompaniment to this game. And I've got that as well. I have got footage for that game. I'll probably do that either in my next video or one of the videos further on when I'll talk about something else. I'll put some footage of First Light up there. It's obviously it's very, very similar in its visual style to Infamous. I mean, it's not a new game. It was a spin-off, and so, but it was a very good game in its own right. If memory serves me correctly, I think it was actually available for free some time ago, towards the beginning of this year on PlayStation Plus, and it was well worth playing. I played through that one and completed that as well, and I enjoyed it too. So anyway, back to the topic in hand in this video. The first topic being, we've had 2 years now of the next gen, and what do I think of it? Well, obviously I got the PS4 when it launched, as long-time subscribers to my channel now, and I really love it. I think it's an absolutely fantastic games console. In no way have I been disappointed with my experiences on there, either with the console itself or with the games either. I know that it can be quite fashionable to pan games consoles. I know it can be quite fashionable to pan a lot of the games that come out for it, but there have been a hell of a lot of really, really good games. I do get frustrated when people say, oh, there are no good games out for these consoles. Well, I disagree. I think people tend to look at exclusive games as being the yardstick with which you judge if there are any good games out for a console or not, which I totally disagree with, because the game doesn't have to be exclusive for it to be a good game on a games console. It's sort of lunacy to think that, but some people do seem to feel that that's the yardstick with which they judge a games console by, which I completely disagree with. There's plenty of great games out there for the PS4, and there's plenty of great games out there for the Xbox One. I don't think there's a shortage of them. I mean, okay, my buying capabilities are nowhere near what they were when I was gaming at the beginning of the last gen, but I mean, even so, there's a lot of games out there that I would really like, that I've not been able to buy. I mean, I've most of my games, I've had to be very certain that I wanted to try that game or wanted to play that game, and there have been others that have been bought for me as gifts, be it for Christmases and birthdays. I'm hoping to get the new Tomb Raider game for the Xbox One this Christmas, as well as I'm hoping to get Star Wars Battlefront for the PlayStation 4. I know that's a game that has divided people and upset people, but I really want to try it. I enjoyed the beta. I know there's always the issue over the DLC, which I'm not happy about. But I do feel that I want to play the game, and if I can get the game as a gift, then so much the better. It makes life, makes the decision on whether to get the game slightly easier. If you can be lucky enough to get something like that as a gift, it kind of frees your resources up maybe to buy another game. And as I say, I really enjoyed playing the beta. I'm not big into online multiplayer games. I do try them. I've tried it with Halo 5, I've tried it with Black Ops 3, and there are certain things that are good, and I do enjoy them to a certain extent, but I had a lot of fun with Battlefront. I just had a lot of fun online, and that's very rare for me. Normally with those type of games where I get killed an awful lot because I'm not great, I do tend to get frustrated by it in the end. And if it's one of those games where it's spawn die, and there's no real fun to it, I quickly get fed up with it. But in playing the beta of Battlefront, I actually enjoyed it. Dying didn't really seem to bother me too much. I mean, you'll see my previous video, I did enough of it, but I also, got my fair share of kills as well, and I enjoyed it, and it's something that I can see myself wanting to play and see myself enjoying playing the online element to it. Obviously, the big problem becomes the DLC, but I don't want to tie this video up talking about that. Yeah, I mean, overall, as I say, I quickly jumping back on track. I got an Xbox One. I was very fortunate to get it for my birthday. I'd been having major surgery around that time, and I was feeling pretty down, and I was very lucky that my family got together and bought an Xbox One, and that kind of cheered me up. And when I came out from the surgery, it was a bit of an incentive for me, to get into the new console and play it. And again, played a lot of really good games on there. I've really enjoyed my experience with it, especially games like Forza 6, which I've played to death, Forza Horizon 2, which I've played to death. There are, Halo 5, which I enjoyed, although the campaign was a little bit on the brief side for my liking. I managed to complete it. I ramped the difficulty up on that game, by the way, to heroic, just to give me more of a challenge, so I didn't just blast through it. It was actually a challenge, and that helped pad out the campaign a little bit, because otherwise I think I'd have just breezed through it in a few hours. By padding out the campaign, I think I got about, given the fact that I wasn't brilliant at playing it, I probably got about 8 or 9 hours. Kind of jumping all over the place a little bit in this video. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far. I don't share some people's sentiments that it's been massively disappointing. I think it's been exceptionally good, and I think there's some very exceptional games out there. There have also been games which have disappointed as well, and I think this move to certain games like the new Rainbow Six, I was a huge fan of the Rainbow Six games on the Xbox 360. This move to this online only element to that is kill them stone dead for me. I'm not interested in it. At least Battlefront, you can play, even though it's a token gesture, there is a single player mode which you can play, and from what I experienced of it, it was probably enough to tide me over and keep me going. The next thing I kind of wanted to touch on is the future. the future of games quickly, cover that in the future of this channel as well. The future of games, I think there's a lot of good stuff yet to come out. I think this generation over the next 12 to 24 months will start to really hit its stride as it gets into that crucial peak period for it. And I think there's a lot of good stuff due to come. I'm looking forward to the Gran Turismo game for the PS4. I'm hoping that it will be, you know, a game worthy to rival Forza 6. I love Gran Turismo, so I'm hoping good things for that. And you know, overall, just in general, I'm looking forward to a lot of games coming out. I just hope that we don't see a proliferation of this always needing to be online, or you know, the sacrifice of good and decent and comprehensive single player campaigns. Which is very, very important to games. I think the outcry with the lack of a single-player campaign in Star Wars Battlefront should prompt a lot of game publishers and developers who are thinking this is a great idea into rethinking it, because it is still important. You know, I think that you look at Black Ops 3, for example, that has a single-player campaign that just keeps evolving. When you complete the game, you then go back and it's replaced by zombies. And you know, there's plenty of content in there for you to get your teeth stuck into. So, you know, traditionally Call of Duty has gone from trimming down the single player to actually expanding it with Black Ops 3. So I do have hope that what we've seen is a bit of a blip, and that people will get back to making those comprehensive single player campaigns that we all like. The future of this channel. Yeah, I mean, I really do want to start getting some footage of Xbox One games up, because at the moment it's just been primarily PlayStation 4 and older stuff being more retro. The problem I have is that with the PS4, it has a built-in capture device that will record, conveniently for me, 15 minutes of game footage. The Xbox One, as far as I know, unless they've changed it in the recent update, doesn't do that. Now, that means I would have to use a capture card, which I can't afford. I can't afford to buy another capture device to record the game footage. So it's probably going to be going back to old school me in my first few videos that I did, which was pointing a camcorder at the TV screen. Now, I understand from a fidelity point of view in terms of the quality of the game graphics, it's not going to be as good as what you're seeing here, which was stuff that was obviously directly captured off the console and then copied over to my computer to edit and make this video. So I accept that, and that's probably going to be the only way I'll be able to do it unless another solution presents itself. But yeah, I'm hoping over the next year to start putting more stuff out there with the Xbox One, the PS4, and also I'm hoping to go back and do some of the old retro stuff that I used to do as well. Just simply because of health things that have been going on, it's not been really easy for me to be able to start digging through the cupboards and start pulling out and setting up my old consoles. When you've had abdominal surgery like I have, bending over, stretching up, all of those kind of things, it's a little bit painful and it's kind of risky. I'm actually going in on Monday to have more surgery, so I'll probably be out of action for, well, I don't know how long it'll be. Last time it was 2 months. I'm hoping it's nowhere near that long. But yeah, and then finally, very, very quickly, enjoy your games. Really, enjoy your games. There's loads of games out there to play. There's loads of games to enjoy. I know it can be easy to get caught up in the malaise sometimes. You know, there's a lot of people out there that do nothing but criticise video games, and it's easy to get swept up in that. That doesn't mean to say you have to be all happy clappy, isn't everything great? You know, there's nothing more frustrating than when you get a game and it's got bugs in that stop you playing and enjoying the game. But enjoy your games, okay? There's a hell of a lot of good games out there. And, you know, just sit back, relax, enjoy them, accept them for what they are. You know, try not to be influenced by more negative elements out there, which, you know, just thrive off constantly berating games. They do nothing other than berate games. They never show the positives. So anyway, that's it for me for this video. I'll be back as soon as I can, and enjoy.